e4, c5, c3, d5, e takes d5, queen takes d5, d4, c takes d4, c takes d4, knight c6, knight f3, e5, knight c3, bishop b4, bishop d2, bishop takes c3, bishop takes c3, e4, knight e5, knight takes e5, d takes e5, knight e7, queen a4 check, bishop d7, queen a3, queen e6, rook d1, castle kingside, bishop e2, knight f5, castle kingside, bishop c6, bishop g4, queen g6, bishop takes f5, queen takes f5, queen c5, rook fd8, queen takes a7, h5, queen e3, rook d3, rook takes d3, e takes d3, f3, rook takes a2, rook d1, bishop b5, e6, f takes e6, queen d4, queen g6, rook e1, rook a4, queen d8 check, king h7, rook e5, rook a1 check, king f2, d2, queen takes d2, rook f1 check, king e3, queen h6 check, king d4, queen takes d2 check, bishop takes d2, bishop e8, rook takes e6, bishop f7, rook e7, king g6, king e3, rook h1, h3, b5, rook b7, rook g1, g4, rook g3, g takes h5 check, king f6, bishop c3 check, king e6, king f4, rook takes h3, king g4, rook h1, rook takes b5, rook g1 check, king f4, rook h1, king g4, rook g1 check, king f4, rook h1, bishop takes g7, bishop takes h5, Bishop c3. King d6. King g3. Bishop f7. f4. Bishop e8. Rook a5. Bishop d7. f5. Rook f1. King g4. King e7. Bishop d4. King f7. King g5. Rook d1. Rook d5. Bishop c8. Rook d8. Bishop a6. Rook d7 check. King e8. Rook d6. Bishop c4. King f6. Bishop b3. Rook b6. Bishop c2. Rook e6 check. King d7. Rook e7 check. King c6. Bishop e5. Rook f1. Rook c7 check. King d5. Rook takes c2. Rook takes f5 check. King takes f5.